Hello, everybody. You are watching a special edition of my Rants and Raves podcast. I'm excited to be joined today by someone from Sharp, Steve Bronner, who's the Senior Product Manager of Professional Display Division at Sharp. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Good morning, Gary. Great to see you.
Great to see you. And by the way, you're ready for the game, right? Play ball with Sharp. That's the theme this year. That's why you're wearing the hat?
Yeah, I got the hat on. We're ready to go. We're very excited about going to be in Orlando for InfoComm. Those of you who saw us at Digital Signage Expo, our theme was Team Up with Sharp. This time around, we're switching up, kind of a baseball theme, and we're playing ball with Sharp.
So, well, I loved your theming at Digital Signage Expo. You had like kind of a different application theme, mostly a sports bar kind of theme, and it went over really well. And I think it was great because it kind of emulated experiences with your product. And I understand you're going to do that. One of the things I'm excited about that I heard about was that you're going to create a big digital canvas using 3 Aqueous boards side by side, 3x1, using the 803Cs, correct?
That's right. So we will be showing our premium P&L 803C Aqueous board, and we're going to be showing them 3 up side by side with a piece of software called Wideboard Mode. And what that lets you do is it lets you create this huge canvas that you can basically have your assets that you're working on, whether it be PDFs or videos or PowerPoints, Excel, where you can annotate these and place them really anywhere you want on the screen. And it leads to a great way of working with multiple users in this environment, because multiple users can come up to the 3x1 and all work together.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer in this sort of future of the digital canvas where you sort of have this large display that you're able to collaborate with all the time. And in a big room, that's going to work really well, a medium-sized room. But if even in a small room, you've got a really neat huddle display that was launched earlier this year at ISC, and I've had a chance to see it a couple of times. I think it's a PML 401C, which is specifically designed for small huddle spaces. Is that what's behind you, by the way?
Yeah, we sure do. So sitting right behind me is our PNL 401C. It's our most value-priced model, actually, in the line, 40-inch class display. But like the PNL 803C, it shares the capacitive touch technology, and it allows 10 points of multi-touch. So here we have this. Here I can open up some pen software, and you can see right here. Here's your multi-touch. You can draw on the display. It has capability to be able to convert handwriting to text. Just a whole bunch of features and really, really flexible model. Additionally, what we have with this is we have our Touch Viewer software. And by opening up the Touch Viewer software, you have a virtual kind of canvas. So I have some assets here. I can move them around. I can make them larger. I can make them smaller. I can make this brochure over here. And then every one of these, I can do some, I can pin this here and just zoom. And what's really nice about the Touch Viewer software, when you leave the meeting, you can save the desktop. So when you come back, you basically come back to the identical workspace. So it really streamlines, makes meetings a lot easier.
So is that the same Aqueous board software on the 40-inch display, or is it a special version of it, or is it have all the functionalities of a normal Aqueous board?
It sure is. So it is the identical software. So that's what's really nice about the Aqueous board lineup. It doesn't matter, whether you're using the top of the line 80-inch or all the way down to our value price 40-inch. You're using the identical software across the board. So once you know how to use one system, you're using the same software in any environment that you go in, whether it's a huddle space or a meeting room.
And what's one of the neat features of the 401 is that since it's designed specifically for huddle spaces, you literally have a mount where it can actually, or a system where it can actually sit right there at the end of the desk, or be mounted at the end of the desk if you want, so that you can literally sit right up to the display itself. And of course, you can connect a USB camera to it, or any kind of a camera for the most part to it, and turn it into a true collaboration board.
That's right. The 401C comes with this stand. We're actually have this on a tabletop right now, but you could, of course, mount this to a wall in your huddle environment. At DSE, we actually show this model in face up in a touch table mode. So this model can not only work in your landscape, or you can rotate into portrait mode, but you can also put it face up and use it as a touch table. So there's a lot of different ways you can use the product. I also want to mention that the 401C includes the Intel Mini OPS technology. So in the back of the board, we have a slot where we can install an HD-based keyboard, so we can send video up to 330 feet over Cat6. We can also install this wireless card here. This goes right in, and this basically converts your AquaSport, your 40-inch, to a wireless model. And then when you have this connected, you can connect, kind of bring your own devices, whether it be
Can you raise that up a little bit? Can you raise
sure.
it up? There you go. So that's using the mini OPS slot.
That's using the mini OPS slot. And this basically takes the functionality that we have in our wireless version AquaSports and brings this to the 401C. So it gives you just yet another way that you can utilize this model.
And you're on booth 3401, by the way, for those going to InfoComm in Orlando in just a couple of weeks. Sharp's in booth 3401. You can't miss them. They're going to have this whole decked out in this play ball theme that you've got going on. Are you going to also have like a little sports bar in there as well, like you did at DSE?
Yep, we'll have a sports bar. We will be serving draft beer at happy hour. It won't be hard to find us. Just look for Sharp Park. You'll see a baseball diamond, and we're going the whole 9 yards. And Sharp folks will be wearing jerseys with their names on it, so you'll be able to definitely see us and chat about the latest products that we have.
Now, you also have what is currently the largest monitor specifically made for video walls. It's a 70-inch monitor. I assume you're planning on sort of debuting that at InfoComm as well, because it was shown at ISD.
Yeah, it was shown at ISD. We actually did show it at DSE, but
okay.
Again, we're going to be showing the PN V701. That is our 70-inch class monitor with a very, very slim bezel, 4.5 millimeters between panels. And we will be showing this once again with a 15-degree tilt. So showing that video walls don't have to be straight. They can be at really virtually any angle, so that you can work into your architectural plans and just make some really creative concepts with it.
Yeah, and one of the things that you talked about at DSC that I recall, and obviously Sharp's you made a very big play and is in great position for the digital signage market right now with the models that you have. But you've also built a system on a chip technology that's that's also being used by a number of different partners that you have. Is that something you'll focus on at InfoComm as well?
Yes, absolutely. We have a new model series that are just going to be introduced. We're estimating the fall of 2017. And they utilize, the acronym we use is SOAP, Sharp's Open Architecture Platform. And they have a built-in SoC, or system on chip, Android-based processor built into them. And we have approximately 16 or 17 vendors already signed up with the program, and we're really excited because we really think that this is the future of digital signage, where it's moving to having this technology on board, just to make it more efficient and easier to set up.
Yeah, it certainly makes it easier from the standpoint of content delivery, to not have to deal with an external media player, and then you have the ability to control both the monitor and the player simultaneously from the same system. And signal distribution routing, as you mentioned, sort of becomes easier as well. So I tend to agree with you.
That's right. And what's nice about this new series is they really have basically 3 different levels of signage. So we have a content media player, similar to what we currently have in our PNY series. So that's built in, for somebody who wants to do entry-level signage.
Right.
Then we have the SoC for somebody who wants to go to the next level with Android signage. And then also we have the mini OPS slot, and we can put in we're about to introduce a brand new PC card, a very powerful Windows-based PC card, where you can run virtually any Sonnet software you want out there. So one size fits, this box can work in a variety of different environments, and it can really address a variety of different needs.
And honestly, a lot of media player companies have gone to using the mini OPS technology as well. So I assume that it's compatible with all the third-party mini OPS products as well.
Sure is. Yep. And actually,
Yep.
actually, Sharp is the first manufacturer to utilize the mini OPS, which is a smaller form factor. But as you said, there's a lot of OPS players on the market, and certainly all the software that runs on them is going to run on the mini OPS standard also.
Yeah, and you'll see a few manufacturers of media players actually coming out with mini OPS media players at InfoComm, so that will help you as well. Now, question about sort of forward-thinking products. Last year at InfoComm, you had I believe it was at InfoComm, certainly had it at DSC, but I think at InfoComm you also had an 8K resolution display, sort of as a technology showcase. Will you have that again at your booth this year?
Yeah, we're not showcasing the 8K display this year. We will have two 4K monitors on display. The 8K, we're actually talking beyond 8K at this point. So we're
Wow.
kind of on a planning phase right now, kind of a between cycle. But you'll definitely see 8K from Sharp again in the not too distant future.
And then, of course, you'll have a family of 4K monitors, as that way you have a family of HD and 4K products out there. So you'll be in booth 3401. Of course, you can, in this podcast, you'll see a link to the products that we talked about today, and this video cast, I should say, and then also a link to Sharp so that you can check out all their aqueous products, for example. And Steve, I appreciate you joining me today. Did I leave anything out? Is there anything else that I should be talking about? I know you're going to have a happy hour kind of thing going on in the afternoon, a couple of the days.
Got happy hour. Come scan your badge, get a free cup of coffee. We'd love to see you there. We have a lot of new products to talk about. 2017 into 18, we have approximately 16 or 17 new SKUs in the pipeline. So it's a great time to play ball with Sharp.
Well, so tell me, what does that have? Is that the Spartans? What is that? What are you from Michigan State? What are you promoting there, by the way?
Sharp.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure. I like the logo. That looks like it wasn't the normal S I'm used to. I guess you have to hold your head down a little bit so I notice it. But that's great. So, will you have some of those hats available at the show?
Sure will. And
excellent.
And all the beer and coffee you guys can drink. So. Come on by, and we're going to have a great time.
Well, thanks. Play ball with Sharp in booth 3401 at this year's InfoComm show. Steve, thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you in just about 2.5 weeks.
Sounds great. Thanks, Gary. Good to see you.
Thank you. And everybody, thanks for watching.